So in part 3 of how I made my first 100K from home series, I talked about how switching my model to a recurring model worked in my favor and in essence was beginning to increase my income. I went from generating $250 to $500 a week doing a service that people were only getting from me one time to around $1,000 to $1,500 a week from a service that people were ordering from me from week to week, sometimes month to month. That recurring business model was the difference between me, only being able to get by and pay that $140 a week that I was looking for daycare and having extra money, as much as a full-time income. But if you remember, I started this business when I was in pharmacy school and I was in the summer on summer. So the fact that I had to continue to go to school starting in the fall brought about major issues. That being that I would not have the time to do all these writing projects, sometimes up to 10, 20 projects a week, and go back to school and maintain my grades and not flunk out. However, $1,500 a week is a lot of income to walk away from when you're broke. At that point in time, I was on Medicaid, I had food stamps, like I needed all the help that I could get. And when I started making $1,500 a week and I was able to function without all those government programs, I began to feel like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So walking away from that type of income, even though I had to go back to school, was just like out of the question for me. So the problem was, how do I continue to bring in this income when my time is about to decrease? And not only that, but I'm writing 10, 20 projects a week. I literally did not see the light of day for the entire summer. I spent all of my time on my couch writing away at my laptop. And even if I did not have to go back to school, that is pretty unsustainable. Like I would have no life. At this point, I had ran into a huge problem that most business owners also run into, but for some reason they just don't want to address it. But this one thing can literally take your business from making low, 50,000 a year, a couple of thousand a month or whatever, to 10, 15, 20, sometimes now up to $100,000 a month in writing projects. And it is outsourcing. So what business owners go into their business thinking is that I have to do everything. And if I'm not doing everything, then my business won't succeed. So what I did is, instead of taking the jobs and writing them myself, is I started hiring writers to send the jobs to. Now, instead of being only able to write 10, 20 jobs a week, I had 5 or 6 writers who could each write 20 papers or 20 jobs a week. Let me know in the comments if you want me to elaborate further on this and do the math.